the Skull Heart, Parasites, and Kingdoms. Three of the most important aspects of the Skullgirls universe: the origin of power, the powers bestowed upon characters, and the places they all come from. But now, we're going to get into something a bit smaller, but equally as impactful in the characters' lives: the criminal underbelly of the New Meridian and the secret hands holding heavy influence over Canopolis. Today, we're going to be looking at the Medici Mafia. Now, what exactly is the Medici Mafia? Well, the Medicis are a family that lived in Canopolis for just as long as the Raynors. They're incredibly wealthy, hold dominion over an incredibly powerful artifact, and have committed many atrocious crimes to push their own agenda. They are being hunted by the Raynor family to bring them justice, but their money and influence makes this increasingly difficult as the family pulls more influence from the people of the New Meridian. Along with these atrocious crimes, the family has also hired a group of killers at their disposal for dealing with individuals who go against their wishes. The most popular of these characters is Black Dahlia. Black Dahlia is a Medici hitwoman who specializes in ranged combat and anti-Skullgirl applications. Also, probably one of the best assigned characters in Skullgirls, but that's a topic for another video. The head of the Medici family is Lorenzo Medici, an incredibly old but mentally sharp man. Throughout his many appearances in the Skullgirls universe, many of which being in the mobile game, Lorenzo appears as a young, good-looking middle-aged man. However, in Skullgirls proper and a lot of character stories, Lorenzo is seen as a shriveled old man. This is due to the events that take place before the main story of Skullgirls starts. Remember how I mentioned a powerful artifact that the family owned? Well, let's take a look at the Life Gem real quick. When talking about the Medicis, the Life Gem is just as important for them as the Skull Heart is for other characters. The Life Gem is a small red gem, about baseball sized, with a small cat skull-like design on the front. This gem allows whoever is holding it, or in current possession of it, to become immortal. This artifact is also capable of bringing the dead back to life, in a more direct and proper form than a wish from the Skull Heart. Lorenzo's shriveled appearance is due to the fact that the Life Gem was stolen from the family before the main events of Skullgirl's story takes place. The gem was stolen by the Fishbone Gang, a gang of Dagonian rogues who steal from the rich. After this theft, Lorenzo ordered the assassination of the gang, and they were promptly executed. However, Nadia Fortune, one of the gang's leading members, swallowed the gem right before they were caught, so she was resurrected via the power of the Life Gem. This character is now known as Miss Fortune, and she lives to get revenge on the Medicis for the execution of the Fishbone Gang. The Medici family and their crimes had an effect on many characters, not just Miss Fortune. As a matter of fact, most of the character stories in Skullgirls are related in some way to the Medici family. The following is going to be a short list of what they did. These aren't going to be very in-depth explanations, but they'll be slight summaries so you can get a feel for just how bad these people are. First off is Marie, the newest Skullgirl. She has an unquenchable bloodlust for the Medici family. She was murdered by the Medici before being resurrected via the Skull Heart, and so was Peacock. She wished to get her revenge, and so the Skull Heart turned her into one of the strongest Skullgirls of all time. Next is Filia. Filia is a Medici by blood. She is the daughter of Marcus Medici, one of Lorenzo's 3 sons. Sarabella is infatuated with Vitali Medici, one of Lorenzo's older sons. She's also a tightrope walker at a Medici-sponsored circus. Squiggly was assassinated at her mother's birthday party by the Medicis. She also holds a deep anger against the family and wishes for their destruction. However, upon seeing Marie as the Skullgirl, she decides to take a break from her revenge quest and stop Marie. Eliza works for the Medici as a performer for their art academy, but she ends up as double-crossing them to pursue the Skull Heart and further her own power. And finally, Big Band. Ben Birdland was a cop who was beaten near to death by his colleagues after discovering that his precinct and most of his fellow officers were on Medici payroll. He was then taken to an anti-Skullgirl lab and brought back to life as Big Band, a rogue vigilante who seeks to clear the streets of Medici and make the world a better place. And now it's time for my favorite part of the video, the trivia. The Medici family is based off of a real-world Medici family, even down to their names. In Renaissance-era Florence, the Medicis were the richest and most influential crime family in all of Europe. Also, the correct ages of the Medici family are unknown, as use of the Life Gem makes it much harder to gauge, as before death they can just hold the Life Gem and become younger. Lorenzo Medici has 3 sons, but the last son's name is unknown at the time of recording. Finally, the Medici runs a great many charities and benefit organizations as a cover-up for their criminal activities, and this is the basis for Eliza's story mode. Following the customs for this series, it's question time. How old do you think the Medici family really is, if they've been here as long as the Raynor family? Do you guys have any estimates on how many people the Medicis have killed? And would you love to see Black Dahlia added to a playable character list as much as I want her to? Leave your responses in the comments. I really love seeing your answers. And there you have it, folks. The criminal underbelly of the New Meridian has been exposed to your prying eyes. What truths about the Skullgirls universe would you like me to unveil next time? Leave suggestions in the comments, and I'll get to the next episode as soon as possible. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, dislike if you dislike it. Anyways, this is me, Nothing Exposed Bloodily, and I'll see you guys the next time some Skullgirls lore needs explaining. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.